Superintendent Dr. Lamar Goree, Caddo Parish Schools. I know you're a busy man. I can't believe you squeezed us in this morning. Thank you, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure to squeeze you in. It has been a long, busy summer. I hadn't talked to you very much. Hope all's well.
It really has. Monday, it's back to school for Caddo students. What's new for this year? Do you have anything at the top of your list?
Wow, well, there's several things that are happening. We're really excited about welcoming our, 40,000 plus families back to school on Monday. The students are going to return, of course, to a school system that has certainly been sensitive to security and have certainly made some adjustments to ensure that we are as secure as possible in the respect that parents and students will find an increased access to mental health and behavior supports, as well as we've increased our armed police officers on our campuses. Also really excited about rolling out our new Tier 1 curriculums. These curriculums have been, vetted by the state and have been proven to truly be a key part of what we'll need to take our students to the next level. And I just want to thank our teachers for giving so much of their time this summer to receive additional training so that the implementation will be as smooth as possible.
You've downsized the school system over the past several years. Let me ask you, do you anticipate anything like that, any more of that happening in the next few years or any changes like that ahead?
What I'll say is that, over the last 13 years, we've certainly closed probably near 15 to 16 buildings. One thing you've seen in the last few years, we've made consolidations as well. So, excuse me, Aaron. In our strategic plan, though, the plan now is to look at all of our vacant facilities in the next year and how we can sell those, how can we repurpose those, and making sure that we're doing things that brings value to the community. So we're really looking at our inventory now of the vacant properties and trying to ensure that we're bringing value to those properties. At the same time, we have capital projects in excess of $20 million, and so much of that's been covered with AC because of our aging fleet of schools. So that conversation around how do we provide our students with the very best educational environment, I do think that will be something that we'll talk about in 24 months. But I think next year will be about dealing with the facilities that we have. We have quite a few on the market now if you're looking for a new house.
Let me ask you, next year is going to be different. You and I have talked about this individually. The scoring of our schools is changing.
Right.
And can you boil that down so that the average Joe like me can understand what the state is changing? Because you're anticipating most, if not all, schools will see lower letter grades based on the changes, correct?
What I will tell you is that what we are, the layman term that we talk to is that let's say you're taking a test, and today you make a 90% on the test, but the teacher decides to grade it differently, and for the exact same answers, you make a 75 on the test. So, and that's kind of what the state has done. They've looked at how they're grading the test, and that's what has changed. So for the same answers that you would have gotten maybe a A or a B for last year, you now could very easily get a C or a D or an F. I will tell you, though, our preliminary data, we're very encouraged with some of the preliminary things, and the only thing we have now are raw scores. We're encouraged. We're still very optimistic, and we really do need the community to know that the state has made a big change. What I promise you, though, is that we will continue to work hard every day, and just like every other time they've made changes, we will meet the mark. But again, this year, the community will need to be aware that this is a baseline year because the grading of the assessments have changed.
We have had some schools that were not making the grade before. Are we in jeopardy still of the state taking over some Caddo schools?
You only have 2 schools in the Caddo Parish of our entire fleet of 62 schools. You only have 2 schools that are eligible for state takeover. Our work in the transformation zone was extremely effective, where we did see 8 of those 10 schools come off of that eligible for state takeover list. So there are only 2 schools today that the state could even have the conversation around.
And which ones are those?
That would be Atkins and Queensboro.
And you're making efforts to turn that around, right?
Absolutely. That's what we do every day, Aaron.
Okay, switching gears for just a minute, getting calls and texts this morning about type A flu outbreak, and I'm understanding that schools are now going to be offering flu shots. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's correct, Aaron. We've partnered with CareDocs, and we will offer the opportunity for all employees as well as children to have a flu shot. Of course, that will be a family decision, but we're very concerned with the number of times last year that we had to close entire schools because of the number of students infected with the flu virus. So we're certainly taking every effort to prevent that from happening. We believe in support. You have to be there and present to really grow academically. So we're really taking advantage of this opportunity to support families in this vaccine so that we can see less occurrences of the flu in our schools.
Okay, your buddy Scott Smith rode on an unair conditioned bus to school the other day, Wednesday, for opening day. Are you riding the bus Monday? And do we have any unair conditioned buses left in Caddo?
Yeah, absolutely. When you have a fleet of 350 buses, you're going to have some that don't have air conditioning. Of course, all the ones we're buying and replacing them with do have air conditioning. Probably won't ride a bus to school on Monday, but look forward to seeing you and any interested citizen at Captain Shreve for our ringing of the bell ceremony. That's our official kickoff of the school year, and that's at 9 o'clock at Captain Shreve High School. We're going to do it pep rally style and really kick off an amazing school year in Caddo Parish.
Staffing, how are we on getting all the right teachers in all the right places?
Progress is being made. We welcomed over 200-plus new teachers. There are people in HR right now processing paperwork. We do anticipate improvements in that area, but that still is one of those things that keep you up at night, is really having the talent here, and that's something that we as a community have to continue to work toward. And we're certainly putting things in place as a district to decrease the number of long-term subs that we have in the classroom.
Superintendent Dr. Lamar Goree, Caddo Parish Schools, thanks so much, and good luck Monday morning. I know it's going to be a busy day.
It's going to be a fun day, though, Aaron, okay?
You bet. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, see you around.